I spent the last 20 minutes coming up with a video idea for you, and I think we have a great video in store, so make sure to stick around. I was recognized today in this very room, sitting right over there in front of many of my colleagues for my performance in Q3 of this year in my software sales job. My quota was $120,000 and I closed over $200,000 in revenue. The reason I was able to accomplish it and how you can do it as well is by being wildly consistent. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to be more consistent as a sales rep, what it means to me, and why it matters. But first, we're gonna play a little game. Let's spin the wheel. What option do you think it landed on? Let's check it out. It happened to land on the option to prompt you to leave a like on this video now. So make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Consistency for me means doing the right activities each and every day. And by right activities, I mean, what do you need to accomplish in order to achieve your goals? From the context of a sales professional, in order to close $200,000 in revenue, in order to generate $400,000 in pipeline in a month, you need to do the right activities to get closer to your goals. Cold calling, sending emails, prospecting, showing up, doing the work, doing the self-development. Think about Michael Phelps, one of the greatest Olympic athletes of all times. One of his interviews, I listened to him speak and he said, I didn't miss a day of training in a year and a half. That constant repetition, doing the work each and every day, the strokes, the diet, the mental fortitude, build him into a gold medal winning Olympic athlete. So if you want to be a sales rep who constantly hits and exceeds your quota and is recognized for your performance, you need to be consistent. When we think about what's out of your control, you can't control how lucky you are. You can't control how talented you are. You can't control your book of business a lot of the time. You can't control if your customer buys, but you can control your effort despite anything else. And your effort is your work ethic. And your work ethic, the more consistent you be, the harder you work, the more you show up, the more successful you're gonna be. The harder you work, the luckier you're gonna get. And there's a book on this topic I actually really like called The Slight Edge. And it talks about where is your edge in sports gambling. People are always looking for the edge. How can I beat the house? And when you're in a sales game, there's a lot of different variables, a lot of things in your control, a lot of things out of your control. And your slight edge is your consistency. It's doing the right things each and every day. And it talks about if you want to get better or more smarter, for example, at reading, read 10 pages each and every day. If you want to get a six-pack, do 10 crunches each and every morning. It just talks about how can you identify what habit will make you more successful and start doing it each and every day. And you want to make it super digestible, super easy. And as a sales professional, the easiest habit I can think of is when you show up in the mornings, don't check your email and start prospecting immediately. And if you consistently prospect each and every morning, that was the advice another high-performing rep gave. As soon as he shows up each and every morning, he prospects. Everything else can wait. And that is the consistency it takes to become wildly successful in sales. The carbonation always gets me going a little bit. The reason why consistency matters so much is think about water. Do you drink water each and every day? You drink water each and every day because you need to survive. You're consistent with that activity because it gets you closer to your goal of survival, because that's at the root of your most basic instinct. If you start to reprogram your mind and say, hitting my quota is my survival. I want to exceed my quota more than I want to live. Maybe it is your activity of living. For me, that's why I'm so obsessed and that's why I'm still here late, is because I view hitting my quota and my success as my moral and ethical responsibility and obligation. So I need to be successful to feel good, and that may be on a far extreme, maybe further than most other people. But in order for me to feel like I'm living, such as drinking water each and every day, you're consistent with that, I feel like I need to show up each and every day and take the right levels of action to get closer to my goals. And the reason why consistency is everything is because if you want to lose weight and you go to the gym on Monday, you don't go on Tuesday, you say, you know what, I'm not feeling it on Wednesday, and then you maybe go back Thursday. If you're not consistent, you're never going to see results. So you need to be consistent. You need to show up each and every day. And that's to the slight edge pieces. It can seem really overwhelming to say, how do I go from where I'm at today to where I want to go? It starts with recognizing, hey, this is where I actually want to go. This is the outcome. This is my goal. This is my desire. And start taking small actions each and every day. And then eventually it snowballs. with this YouTube channel, I only could make 3 videos a week, and it seemed like way too much work. And then all of a sudden, I set a bigger target. And then when we think about how to be more consistent, it's this point right here: set bigger targets. I initially started YouTube to just try and make money, and I wanted to do it, and I realized that wasn't gonna get me to where I wanted to go. And then I started setting a target of, I want 100,000 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe now if you haven't already. And once I started setting a bigger target, it realigned my thinking to say, okay, I need to take more action. I need to be more consistent. And then I started making a video each and every day. Now I make a video every day, and I do this software sales job thing. And I don't share that to brag. I just share it that if I can find the time, you absolutely can find the time as well. And in your own sales job, the reason why I would get disengaged and lose my consistency is, one, complacency. As an SDR, I would hit my quota pretty early in the month, and I technically wouldn't have to do anything else the rest of the month. And then I would lose my desire, I would lose my fire, because my targets were too small. My target was just hitting quota. Now my target is exceeding quota, and it keeps me engaged. I'm always thinking about where do I want to go? What's that next promotion? I don't do it for the money. I do it for the love of the game and the hunt. And the hunt is the consistency. It's showing up each and every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, even when you feel like you have other things going on. None of that matters. All that matters is, what are the activities you need to do, and how can you maximize those activities each and every day? And I know I keep hitting on this point, but to me at this point, it feels like second nature. And that's why it's so hard for me to take time off. I don't have a work-life balance at all, because I'm fully obsessed and engaged with what I'm doing, because I set big targets, and that's what I go after. I know everyone's not wired like that, but what I can tell you is everyone is wired to need water. So if you can reprogram your brain to say, okay, I need success as bad as I want to breathe, as bad as I need water, then you'll start to show up, then you'll start to be engaged, then you'll start to do the activities each and every day. And then there's a lot of different layers to this, such as productivity hacks, such as what is the right way to set goals, such as what do I even want? And that's why I'd encourage you to take some time after watching this video. If you feel like you're not as consistent as you want to be in your life, go take some time to yourself. And that's why I just took 20 minutes to sit on the massage chairs. It wasn't productive, but I took time to myself. That's why I meditate each morning. Go sit down, as we talk about, get your piece of paper out, get your pen, write down and ask yourself, what do you actually want? And why are you working towards that goal? Because if you don't have the right goal, then it's going to be really hard for you to be consistent, because you don't know the right activities to achieve the desired outcome you have. So think about, what do you want? Set a massive goal, massive target. It will keep you engaged, and then the rest is up to you. You need to remove willpower. I don't feel like I have willpower to stay late or work hard. It's just second nature, because I have big goals, and I feel like I have a responsibility to myself to live up to my potential. And that's why I show up and execute, work hard, and the consistency is my X factor, because if I can do it each and every day, and some people are taking days off, that's what sets me apart. It's all about consistency. It's everything. It's one of the few things in your control. And I'd encourage you to go out this week, go be more consistent. Thanks so much for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Of course, drop a comment down below if you would like to support the channel. I'm also curious, have you ever gone to a movie by yourself? Completely side question, but I'm curious. I want to see the new James Bond movie. Have you seen a movie by yourself, and what advice would you have for me? And of course, connect with me on LinkedIn if you haven't already. I'm always posting content on there. Subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you in the next video.